I put my sun visor down and slow down a bit as well, gradually. So I couldn't really see properly because of the sunlight. On this video, I'm going to show you how to drive on your test so that you can pass first time. So on some car parks or some test centers will have you starting on the road like this. And so once you're already on the road, you want to make sure that you're moving off safely so that you don't cut anybody up as you're moving off. So first thing you want to do is get into first gear and then check your surroundings. So starting from the left side, do a sweep over your right shoulder. If there's anybody near you that might benefit from your signal, you put your right signal on and then handbrake down, get to my biting point. So you see here, I'm not turning straight away into this like this too far into the right because that car was coming down, and if I did that, I'm going to be in their way. Yeah, get in second gear. I'm approaching a turn. I'm going to turn right at the end here, so I'll check my center mirror, right mirror, and I'll signal right. I'll brake nice and early. The mistake a lot of learners make in this kind of situation is braking way too late, and I'm going to go into first on the approach so that I can check, and then once I know it's safe, I can move off. There was a car coming from the outside, but he's pulled over to his left. This little smart car here was coming, but if I wasn't sure which way they were going or what they're doing, I'm not going to go. This is something that lots of learners struggle with. They can't decide whether to move or not, and the easiest way to get around that is just think to yourself, if you're not sure, don't go anywhere. That's the simplest way to deal with it. Yeah. So if you're at the junction, if you're at a roundabout and you're thinking you should go but you're not sure, then you don't move. It's as simple as that. This traffic lights were turning left. Sometimes here it's tricky to decide or to work out if these people are parked or not, and I could tell they're parked. They're not parked because they're not too close to the pavement, they're not in a parking space, and they've got the brake lights on, and then a few cars in front of them have got the brake lights on as well. So that's kind of like a clue. The mirror is not tucked in. So sometimes it's tricky to decide or to work out if people are parked, but just use those little clues like how far away are they from the pavement? Do they have the mirror tucked in? Are there lights on? All those kind of things. And we are turning left at the next traffic lights. I'm not signaling too early because if I did that, people might think I'm parking here, and I'm not. So I don't want to confuse people. Before you signal, just think about how other people are going to read your signal. That's the best way to think about signaling. How are people around you going to see your signal, and what are they going to think about what you're doing? If you think like that all the time, your signaling is going to be much easier in terms of deciding when and how to signal. So I can see some movement up ahead. And I'm going to turn left here. So now I can signal, because now people shouldn't be getting confused about which way I'm going. And it's very easy to confuse, or not to confuse, but to go through that light because everyone is going through it. But you need to pay attention to what's happening around you. Even if the person next to you decides to go through, sometimes it might be taking a risk. So you want to be paying attention to the lights in front of you so that you can decide properly whether to go or not. And right now I've got it in neutral and my handbrake on. You don't have to have it like this. If you're not comfortable with getting the car ready quickly, I would always make sure that I'm in first gear with my handbrake down, so that way when it's time for me to move, I've got less to think about. Once the traffic from both sides starts to stop or slow down, I can, like now I can't see any more traffic, I can start getting ready because it's potentially our turn soon. So I don't want to be here when the light is green hanging around too long trying to get my car into gear. I want to be ready to go. So like now, it's going to green, handbrake down, smoothly off the clutch, aiming for the left lane. And then now I can add more gas. Into second, I can see the traffic light up ahead is red. So I'm just going to keep it in second for now. I don't need to rush to get there. I'm hoping if I slow down enough, so right now I'm not pressing anything, it's going to change to green, but if it doesn't, then I can start braking and thinking about what gear I'm in. I'm in second gear. Yeah, even though I'm in second, I might want to go into first, but I think I'll leave it in second. It's rumbling a little bit, but if I add a bit more gas, it gets smoother. So now I can start picking up my speed. Into third. I can see some signs up ahead. I think it's telling us that this lane is closed. So I'm just going to check my mirrors and signal right. There is a car next to me, but they're slowing down a bit, so then I can go in there. Thank you. You don't have to thank people, by the way, but if you can do it safely and if you really feel like you have to, then you can, but it's not a must. So check my mirror here, signal, and then go into the lane and cancel my signal. So this lane is going to split off into a different direction, which is what I want. If I was going somewhere else like Hatfield, I would be in the middle lane over there going straight on, but I'm going towards the left here and I can see a traffic jam, so I'm slowing down from early, remembering that I'm in 4th gear right now. Let me go into 2nd, and let's go into 1st because we're in a slow moving traffic. So you see there, I'm not sure if you saw that Mercedes sticking out there, and then there's another car that's coming in the other lane. They had to swerve to go around them. That's why you don't really want to go fast when there's stationary traffic in one lane. You don't want to go fast past them because people do stuff like that sometimes. Unfortunately, sometimes people will think, oh, I don't want to be in this lane anymore, and then they'll come out in a way that's not that safe. And if you're the person that's going really fast, you're not going to be able to stop for them, or maybe sometimes can't even swerve out the way. So if there's stationary traffic or traffic going really slow in one lane, go slowly next to them. Don't go like really fast past them. So the next roundabout, I'm going to be going left, first exit. So checking the speed limit, it says 30 and 40, but this means this is 30 on this side and 40 over the flyover over there. So because I'm going left first exit, I'm just going to keep to the left-hand lane the whole time on the approach. Following signs for M1. Okay. When I get close, I'll signal left. I'm going left first exit. And you notice I've got my clutch down and using my clutch and my brake to control my speed here. So up a little bit and then down again so that I don't go too fast. So I'll signal left around now. Keeping an eye on that side. Looks like there was a bit of traffic up there. Yeah, it's looking good on the right. Then I can make my move and then cancel my signal. So now I can see the speed limit is 40 now, but this car next to me is not going 40, so I'm not going to pass them on the left. Now I can go a bit faster. It's really sunny now. I can't really see properly. I'm just going to put my sun visor down and slow down a bit as well, gradually. So I couldn't really see properly because of the sunlight. Okay, I'm turning left at the lights coming up. So I'll let people know that I'm going that way by signaling nice and early, braking early as well. I'm in 4th. I can go straight from 4th to 1st gear. So that if the light changes straight away, I can move off straight away. But it looks like it's not changing for now, so I can go into neutral. Rest my clutch foot for a little bit. And then now that it's changing into 1st, biting point, a bit of gas, then clutch up smoothly. I'll cancel my signal as well, so I'm no longer turning left after this bit. And here there's no markings, but I want to make sure I keep to my side, keep to my left lane. Yeah, there's separate lanes here. The markings aren't that clear, but it's clear enough for me to keep on one side. Just checking that side over there. And going around this bend as well, keeping in my lane. Nice and slow. You notice I'm not too close to the car in front. And here I'm going to go straight second exit here. So to go straight second exit, you want to be in the left lane for most roundabouts. Some roundabouts, this lane is only for turning left, so you want to keep an eye out for the signs and road markings. But here, there's no road markings, so I can assume that this lane is good for going straight second exit. So once it goes to amber, get the biting point, keep to the left the whole time. Quick glance to the right, there shouldn't be anyone coming from that way. But you see that car's going towards the left, but I want to go straight, so I'll keep to my side still. And then once I go past that exit, I'll signal left, go into first gear, it's going to green, then I can move. Checking the new speed limit, which is 40. And then going a bit faster. I'm coming off soon, I'm turning left soon, so I don't want to go too fast here. So mirror, mirror, signal left. And then as soon as the slip road opens up, I'll go into it, cancel my signal, taking note of the new speed limit, which is 20. So I'll go into second gear while I'm braking, bring my clutch up smoothly and add in gas. So this van should wait for me. So from like a high speed road into a 20-mile-an-hour road, you have to be really conscious about your speed and adjust it so that you don't go too quick without realizing. Because it's going to feel like you're going super slow, like a snail almost, but that's the speed limit, and so that's what you got to do. So that's what you have to remind yourself, that you're now on a slow road. Notice that I check my right mirror before coming out to this side as well. And I'm going to turn right at this traffic light, so check my center, check my right, signal right around here. So normally I want to be hugging this line here, but you can see there's a parked car right on the corner there. So if anybody came to turn into this road and I'm all the way over there, they might not have enough space. So just to make sure people have got enough space to do this, I've moved a bit more left than I would normally be. So like, see this black car here? If I was over there, they wouldn't have space to do that. So you've got to think about those little things before you stop. So now it's going to green. Now I can move a bit more towards the correct position, which is towards the middle, like here. So now the cars behind me can go past. And this car that's there, once it's gone, I can check my mirror and make my turn. Bearing in mind that it's still 20, so I move a bit more to the left here because there's a parked car on that side, but I've got lots of space on my side, so I can share the road with that van. I'll move the bit left and then he can go around that car. So that's something that I was working with one of my learners earlier, because they weren't really thinking like that. They were only thinking about being in their own lane. But if you have space on your side and other vehicles need to go around somebody, you should allow them space to do that. Got a warning sign for a roundabout coming up, and this is a mini roundabout, so I'm gonna slow down, checking my center mirror first to see who's behind me, how close are they. And here I'm checking that car over there, the silver car, for its signal. I'm not too concerned about this car as well because they're on my left. I had my eye on them, but I wasn't like stopping for them because I know I have priority over them. So I was checking that silver car, and I also checked for any cars that were coming from the right hand side, and there was no one close enough for me to stop for. That's why I carried on. So like now going past school around kick out time, so there's going to be a lot of kids here, so I need to be a bit more careful around this time, especially like behind parked vehicles, or if there's like an ice cream van somewhere. Just be more careful. So again, the sun is in my face, not as bad as before because it's a little bit lower now, so it's setting soon. So it's not too terrible, but you still want to be aware that your vision might be a bit blurred because of the sun. So I'm going to take the next left. So check my center, check my left. There is someone quite close to me behind me. And the temptation is to go fast because someone's behind you. Don't do that because you're turning soon. The last thing you want to do is start adding speed. So now I was braking for quite a while there and then got the right speed I needed for the turn, and then I came off the brake. Don't go faster just because someone's behind you, because you're going to make things much worse. Either going to go into the turn and crash, or you can have to brake hard because you're going to realize eventually that you're going too fast, and then the person behind you is going to end up crashing into the back of you. So you might think you're doing them a favor, but you're actually making things much worse for you and for them. Yeah, so now we're going a bit downhill. Don't know if you can see, got some nice views ahead of us here. So don't get tempted into like admiring the view too much. You still want to focus on the drive. And going downhill, most of the times you want to be braking a little bit, especially here's a 20-mile-an-hour road. So I'm just braking gently. Once I get the speed that I want, I'll come off the brake. So like here it's getting steep again, so I brake even more. And I'm going straight at this mini roundabout. So I'm checking the right and any cars coming from over there. So that car, the first car is not indicating, but the one behind is. So I'll wait for him to turn, and then the one behind him is indicating as well. This one's indicating too, but the other one's not indicating, so I can then check to the right and then make my move. So keep an eye on the signals, keep an eye on where they're going, and if there's lots of them on that side, then you have to start looking for someone who's going to come and block them from your left. So I'm going to pull over on the left somewhere safe. So first of all, I want to see the safe place first, and then check my mirrors and then signal. It's kind of hard here because these road markings are a bit faint. I can see one over there, mirror, signal. Yeah, go past this one, and then clutch all the way down. Yeah, easy on the brake, handbrake on, neutral. Cancel my signal, and then the examiner will tell you to drive on again, or they might tell you to do a maneuver where you're parking over there. But for now, I think we'll drive on. So I'm going to do my checks. So let me get ready first. I can see cars coming down the hill, but they're kind of far. Then I'll do my checks. I'll signal. Yeah, those cars are far away. Check my right shoulder again, and then come out smoothly. Not too far into the right because I don't want to get in these people's way. Into second. So on this bend here, I'm not trying to be too close to the right, which is what a lot of learners do. They get too close to the right hand side, and then there's other people coming through on their side, and you're going to be encroaching in their space. So you want to avoid that. So I'm turning left at the end here, and I can see the signs are still saying 20. So mirror, signal left. And again, I'm going to go into first on the approach, and I'm going towards the left here. And check again one more time. There's a bus, but it was very far away, stopping at a bus stop, so I don't need to worry about stopping for them. Into second again. Yeah, you notice I'm very smooth with my clutch, the way I'm bringing it up, so that way the car is nice and smooth when it's I do my gear changes. I can see there's a bus lane ahead of us, so I'm gonna check the times. It's between 7 and 10 and 4 and 7 p.m. So right now it's not 4 o'clock yet, so I'm gonna check the mirror, and I can use the bus lane because it's not 4 o'clock yet. We are approaching traffic lights, and I want to go straight at these lights. And there's a car in front indicating left, which means you might be going into the left lane. So let me just wait here for a second while these lights change with my handbrake on and in neutral. Remember, this is not necessary. Only do this if you're comfortable doing this, or if you want to do it. You can leave your car in gear if you really have to. So like now it's going to green, and you see these two lanes are going to merge together. So I'm already checking my mirror to see who's coming from the right hand lane, because you don't want to like collide here, and there's no one there close to me, so that was fine. Barely touching the gas here. Because it's a 20, I don't want to press too much gas, because if I do, the car's going to go way too fast, especially downhill as well. Yeah, another bus lane, and it's still, and I'll check the times again on that one. Yeah, 7 till 4, so I can use this one as well. Check my right mirror. So the bus lane is nice and clear. I can use it for a while. But in the distance, I can see there is a van parked up in my lane. So I'm going to check my mirrors and signal. Let me cancel my signal. Let me go past this van first. Yeah. I'll check my mirrors and signal and go into the lane. Yeah, because if I went into the lane before then, I would have been stuck by that van there as it was poking out. I'm turning right at these lights. Slow down a bit in case they change. Check my center mirror. But it's still green. Once I'm here, even if it changes, I'm not going to stop. There's a person crossing the road slowly. So let me slow down a bit more. Going to first and then carry on. So we're going to take the next right at the roundabout. So mirror, signal right around here. There's a zebra crossing here. People are walking towards it. I'm not sure if they're going to cross or not. Yeah, once I know they're not crossing, then I can carry on. And then now I can deal with the roundabout. It's looking good. Check the left quickly because there's no one there. So you don't want to completely ignore the left. You want to focus your attention on the right, but then have a quick glance on the left in case somebody's made a mistake. And here the examiner might say something like, when it's safe, show me how to clean the windscreen, the front windscreen using the washer and wipers. I'm just going to press this button here. First, let me wait until it's a bit safer actually. So don't do it straight away. Wait until you have like a nice clear section. So here I'm going on a bend. There's a motorbike coming towards me on the wrong side of the road. It's not the best place to do it. Yeah, I'm not even doing it now because there's a zebra crossing here as well. Once I've gone past here though, there's not too much going on now. Yeah, then I can think about doing it now. Make sure there's no one in this junction doing anything crazy. So now I can do it. Hold it for a few seconds. Let it get cleaned. And then it's done.